I'm MC, that's Daddy, and this is Zaddy.
Hey Zaddies. Episode 58. So this one's a little bit different. By a little bit different, we don't usually have such an experience to call back on. So this is gonna be interesting. All right. So first and foremost, live studio audience. Let's get that part out of the way. There's our guys.
And we got a new one.
And there's Zaya. The Rainforest Rescue Jaguar. Awesome. All right. So we went to Billy Goat, Nine, and Dine in New Carlisle. So we wanted to get somewhere that was close enough that we could go bowling with. Shout out to Bianca, she went bowling too. But the big thing about it was, got in there, had a couple people recommend it, so it came with some rapport. So we went there. We got the pizza, traditional thin crust sausage, mushroom, garlic. But we got the pizza and it came out. It was like, this thing was loaded with cheese. Tried to lift it up and it all just flopped to shit. Once we got a few bites in, realized it was pretty much uncooked. Like the dough was not even cooked.
Doughy.
It's like, it was very doughy. It had probably 3 times as much sauce and 3 times as much cheese that this pizza should have. And if you're putting that many toppings and doing it that much stuff on it, do not do square cut. The middle pieces are impossible. Tavern style is you can still pick it up. Like, I don't like the square pieces, but guess what? The crust still has like integrity to be able to use it. Stop moving around. So it's just caramba. What did you give it while we were there?
Like, I'll tell you about the toppings, or did you?
No, just give us what rating.
Okay, a 2 out of 5.
It's about what I had to give it. I had to give it a 2 out of 5 too. You couldn't eat it. It was topping slop, pretty much. So anyway, so I went to surgery. Being the master of reheating pizza, I was able to bring the pizza back to life. So brought it back to life, put it into a skillet with a little bit of oil, got the bottom of the crust done. So the majority of the pizza was unsalvageable. We put it into the box to go, and the crust, it was still just raw. It just stuck to the bottom of the cardboard of the pizza box. So I was able to save an entire row of outer pieces that had the crust, that's what I just said. Yeah, it's stuck. It's gone. I'm gonna have to make a dough to put the toppings onto. Just a complete disaster. But put these pieces in, a little bit of oil into a pan, seared, and got the bottom of the crust done. See? And then put it into the air fryer for 4 minutes at 370. Got the topping, because the toppings were done pretty much. They got pretty done. Looks pretty good for what it is for the reheat. So let's bite in. But like I said, if you ever have undercooked dough and a lot of toppings, put it in the skillet first so you can get that dough somewhat cooked and get the integrity back to it. And then put it in the air fryer. If you have a rack in the air fryer where you can get more air into it, like I've got a raised rack that I can put it onto that's just mesh so that the crust will continue to crisp up, and then the oil will drop out, and any humidity that's left that's soaked all the way through from the sauce, a lot of it can be kind of just evaporated out. All right, let's pick up your slice. You know, this slice or this slice? That slice.
Yeah.
You want that slice? Okay. All right. So, cheers. The master or what?
What?
Am I the master?
It's really good.
See? I reheated it and saved it. You hear that crust? Problem is, if it actually been a thin crust, I would have got this all the way crisped up. There's so much sauce saturation.
There's so much toppings. It's like...
Yeah. But the integrity's back. You got it. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, if they would have probably cut the cheese in half, cut the sauce in half, just go half, just half of both. this pizza would have been pretty good. But it turned into just a sloppy endeavor. I'm trying to eat, and just everything's falling apart, so I'm just gobbing in toppings. They put plenty of garlic on it, good quality sauce, great quality cheese, really good sausage. On the reheat, this thing comes back to life. This thing is actually decent, isn't it? So, I'm just saying, baby, you know? Just have some pride in the product. I would say pride in the ingredients. This is a quality dough, too. I can tell. Stop moving around. You're making the camera move. Ah. What you're kicking? Are you kicking your legs over there?
No, my feet are right here.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, like, why is it still moving? All right. Apparently, there's an earthquake. That's why the camera kept moving. Anyway. So, now that we've reheated it, I can appreciate the toppings. I was so distraught. I looked so forward to this. My goodness. You know how, Bianca, and both you and Bianca, I was just like, I was depressed. I was resigned. I was like, it's hard. It's like just being pizza. You fall out of bed and it's a pizza. You're getting it too. So I can't go lower like I wanted to. But guess what? The reheat, it's so much better. But you got to know how to do it. You got to know how to do it. Because, yeah, putting it in the pan and saving that crust, it's everything. I can appreciate everything on this pizza. Glory be. If only I still had, if only I had, like, if it was down on wax paper, or if I had just put I had a bunch of, like, Parmesan, I should have put a bunch of Parmesan cheese down on the pizza box before we put it in. That way the crust wouldn't have sucked down on the cardboard. It's the one that got away. But I'll just make like a 30-minute dough tomorrow. I'll throw dough together, just throw in some beer in it to give it the fermented taste, and then it'll bubble up. Let it do its thing. And I'll just par bake the crust slightly, and then throw the toppings on it and say, hey, here you go. Makeshift pizza. Franken pizza.
We didn't even write it here, though.
I'm not done with it yet. I'm just talking about how much I'm giving myself praise for reheat. See? That's what crust is supposed to be. All right. With it being repaired, reheated, what do you think? It's a lot better, right?
A 3 out of 4. I mean, a 3.
We go out of 5. You don't know that. Why would it be out of 4? You want it at 3.5?
Yeah. 3
Okay.
and a half.
3.5 out of 5. Okay. I'm seesawing a little bit. Because I think with the reheat and the quality of the toppings and the crust actually having some integrity and being cooked all the way, you know, it's a lot better. I mean, it is twice as good. I'll give it a 4 on the reheat. Just because, but you got to know how to reheat it. This isn't because this is no testament to them, other than all these ingredients were quality. Like, that's a good dough. You just didn't get to cook, and there were too much of the good ingredients on top. Too much. It's addition by subtraction. Too much of a good thing overwhelms everything. It's like the pizza dough overdosed, and then it's like, then the mob threw the body, and then they took the body out of the river and it was all bloated. You know, the dough was bloated. It didn't get enough time to cook, but then everything on top was cooking faster than what was on bottom, smothered it. Lights just flickered, great. So the pizza gods are like, you tell them, buddy. You tell them. And I am telling them. I'm giving it a 4. You gave it a 3.5, I gave it a 4. So that's the biggest variance of all time in ratings. But you have to know how to reheat it. If you have it undercooked, put it in a skillet for 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. Check the dough. Check to make sure it's starting to get a little bit something else on it. But then leave it wet. Like, put it like, yeah, but make sure it's oiled up pretty decently. So when you put it in the air fryer, all that oil is going to prevent all the moisture that's inside the pizza from coming back down. It's going to give it a little bit of a hydrophobic barrier, to make it scientific for the little lady. You know what I mean? So the hydrophobic barrier is going to keep that crisp and then keep that sauce in there. And then everything else will kind of just take care of what it needs to do. Kind of move around together. But yeah. So both give it 2s there. Not a good experience. Really poor. And anyway, this should have been pie cut 2.
And we never give it 2s. We literally only go to like 3s or 4s or 5s.
Exactly. But so that's a composite of bleep blurp bleep bleep blurp bleep. I'm just really impressed with myself right now. Saved it, didn't I? Oh man, sorry. I'm just feeling good about this. That was really cool. Anyway, I've never done this large of a margin difference. You know? Crap. $2.875. Little studio magic there. All right, so there you have it. Beware. Hopefully, you know, sometime if you go there, I don't know, like tell them half the sauce, half the cheese, and cook it more, or like put the dough in first or something. Like I don't know. I don't know how to remedy this. I don't know how to do it, but really good ingredients. It's hard to mess that up. The dough's it's a good dough when it gets a chance. All right, I'm out of here. We're out of here. We're out of here.
Bye.
Bye.